Now, Melbourne Storm will reach out to the NRL to seek salary cap compensation after news that star back row-up Eliesa Katoa will miss the entire 2026 season following 3 separate head knocks he suffered while playing for Tonga in the Pacific Championships. For more, I'm joined now by our NRL reporter, Cody Kay. Cody, good morning to you. Massive blow for the Storm, massive health implications, and it's going to be interesting to see how the NRL handles this, because it's going to set a precedent for things going forward. Yeah, I mean, you get the feeling that this has the potential to be a real line in the sand moment for the NRL, and the game has taken tremendous steps with the HIA protocols, the 11-day stand-downs to safeguard players. But the Eliesa Katoa incident, I think, is one that we'll be talking about for such a long time. When the news came out yesterday, and look, for those that don't know, obviously after those 3 head knocks, Ellie suffered a seizure on the sideline. The worst one is this one that happened in the warm-up for the game. Now, Tongan officials, we'll get to this later, said they never saw the incident. So he was past fit to play. I think if they'd seen the incident, and they've said this themselves, there's no way they would let him go back out. He then suffered this head knock in the 10th minute, went off past an HIA, came back, suffered another one in the 51st minute, then went back to the bench. And it was after that, while he was sitting on the bench, that he had seizures and was rushed immediately to an Auckland hospital where he spent 12 days recovering. Wow. Has only just been released to come back to Melbourne. The news broke yesterday that he won't play next year. He won't be part of the pre-season, he won't play. And you would have to imagine, you then look at the bigger picture, will Eliesa Katoa ever play in the NRL again? Will he ever play rugby league again? And this is why the HIA was brought in the first place. It's to protect players from repeated head knocks so that they don't get, after one, they don't get 2 or 3 in quick succession. And that's why even it happens in the training field. Players won't play for 11 days. You get the feeling that somebody is going to have to be accountable, and there is an investigation that the NRL has undertaken, and hopefully we're going to find out the result of that pretty soon. But gee, you feel sorry for Eliesa Katoa. I mean, this is a guy that at 25 years of age, reigning Dally M back rower of the year, one of the game's best players, may never play again.
Yeah, you've really got to feel for him and his family at this moment, don't you? Because you're absolutely right. I mean, based off that, if your medical advice is that you need to take what is now over a year, 14 months out of the game, it's hard to see how you'd be physically capable of coming back without potentially doing serious damage. So I guess the question now is, the NRL expect to announce their findings. When is that going to happen, and what do you think is going to come of it? Well, it'll happen soon. Basically, I think the NRL wanted to allow Ellie to come home and to speak to him. Now, the understanding is that at this stage, Ellie didn't want to speak to the NRL and said, listen, I wanted to play. I wanted to play. And his family have come out and said that he wanted to play even after that first head knock. So he doesn't want to blame anybody, but the whole point of an HIA is to protect the player from themselves. No player, particularly playing for a test match, is going to say, I don't want to come back on the field. That's why you take the decision away from them. So Christian Wolf, the Tongan head coach, said, listen, the advice we were given was that he passed his HIA, he was fine to play. Fault lies somewhere here. I don't know where it lies, but somebody should have said to Eliesa Katoa, you are not right to play, you cannot play. Now we're talking about a young man who may never play in the NRL again. So whether it's the medicos that made that decision, somebody you would think has to be responsible for an incident that probably has and probably will change the way we deal with head knocks in the NRL forever now. Yeah, all right, a lot more to come on this one, no doubt. You've got to feel for him right there. Some of those images are hard to watch now that you know the outcome. Cody Kay, thank you very much for the update. We'll speak to you again soon. Thanks, Matty.